Day 17. The favored son falls. Genesis 36 to 38. Joseph is 17 years old, his father's favorite, his brother's enemy. Today, everything falls apart. Genesis chapter 36. Esau's family tree. 60 verses of names, chiefs, clans, descendants. Here's what matters. God blessed Esau. He became a great nation. The Edomites, wealthy, powerful. Kings ruling his line before Israel even had one. But buried in verse 12, there's a name. Timnah, a concubine. Seems random. But Timnah's son Amalek, he becomes Israel's fiercest enemy. Generations of warfare trace back to this one woman mentioned in a genealogy. God's big story is built from small details. Esau chose prosperity over promise, and that choice echoes for centuries. Now back to Joseph. Joseph is 17, tending flocks with his brothers, and he brings back a bad report about them to their father. The brothers already hate him, and then Jacob makes it worse. He gives Joseph a richly ornamented robe, long sleeves, expensive fabric, the kind of robe a son who doesn't work would wear. It screams favoritism. The brothers see it, and their hatred hardens into something darker. They can't even speak a kind word to him. And then Joseph has a dream. He tells his brothers about it, because he's 17 and foolish and doesn't read the room.
Listen to this dream I had. We were binding sheaves of grain in the field. My sheaf rose and stood upright. Your sheaves gathered around mine and bowed down to it.
The brothers stare at him.
Do you intend to reign over us? Will you actually rule us?
They hate him even more. Joseph has another dream. Tells them again.
The sun and moon and 11 stars were bowing down to me.
Even Jacob rebukes him this time.
What's this dream? Will your mother and I and your brothers actually come and bow down to you?
The brothers are seething. But Jacob keeps the matter in mind. The brothers are grazing flocks near Shechem. Jacob sends Joseph to check on them. Joseph arrives, wearing that coat. The brothers see him coming, from a distance.
Here comes that dreamer,
one of them says.
Let's kill him.
Another brother, voice cold, they start plotting.
Tell father a wild animal devoured him. Then we'll see what comes of his dreams.
Reuben, the oldest, tries to stop it.
Don't shed blood. Throw him into this cistern here in the wilderness. Don't lay a hand on him.
Joseph arrives, smiling, clueless.
Brothers, father sent me to...
They grab him, rip the robe off his body, the beautiful coat, tear it away. Joseph fights, confused, terrified.
What are you...
They throw him into the cistern. It's dry, empty, deep.
Ah!
Joseph hits the bottom, hard.
Ouch.
The air knocked out of him. He looks up, sees his brothers' faces at the top, silhouetted against the sky.
Help, please.
Reuben leaves to tend the flocks, assuming his word will hold until he returns. He plans to rescue Joseph later. The brothers turn away, sit down to eat, bread, cheese, wine, laughing, talking, like nothing's happening. And Joseph is screaming, clawing at the walls, hands bleeding, voice raw.
Reuben, Judah, please.
They keep eating. Hours pass. Joseph's voice gives out. He sits at the bottom, shaking, sobbing. He's going to die here. His brothers, his own blood, are going to let him die. Then Judah looks up, sees a caravan in the distance. Ishmaelite traders, heading to Egypt. Judah has an idea.
What do we gain if we kill our brother and cover up his blood? Come, let's sell him to the Ishmaelites. After all, he's our brother, our own flesh and blood.
The brothers agree. They pull Joseph out of the cistern. He's gasping, relieved.
Thank you.
Quiet.
They bind his hands. The Ishmaelites arrive, negotiate.
20 pieces of silver. That's the going rate for a slave.
Joseph's eyes widen.
No, please, I'm your brother. Don't do this.
Judah doesn't look at him. The Ishmaelites take Joseph, chain him to the others, a line of slaves. Joseph looks back, one last time. His brothers are already walking away.
Judah, please.
No one turns around. The caravan moves south, toward Egypt. Joseph stumbles along, hands bound, tears streaming. Everything he knew, his father, his home, his future, disappearing behind him. The brothers slaughter a goat, dip Joseph's robe in the blood. Take it back to Jacob.
We found this. Does it belong to your son?
Jacob recognizes it immediately. His face crumbles.
It's my son's robe.
Some ferocious animal has devoured him. Joseph has surely been torn to pieces.
He tears his clothes, puts on sackcloth, weeps for his son. His other sons and daughters try to comfort him. But Jacob refuses to be comforted.
I will go down to the grave mourning for my son.
The brothers stand there, silent, living with what they've done. The story pauses, pulls back. While Joseph's in Egypt, here's what Judah's doing. He marries a Canaanite woman, has 3 sons, Onan, Shelah. Marries a woman named Tamar, but is wicked. God puts him to death. According to custom, Onan should marry Tamar, give her a child in Er's name, but Onan refuses. He sleeps with her but pulls out to prevent pregnancy, because the child wouldn't be considered his. God puts Onan to death too. Judah's terrified now. 2 sons dead. He tells Tamar,
Wait until Shelah grows up.
but he has no intention of giving her Shelah. He thinks she's cursed. Years pass. Tamar realizes Judah's not going to honor his obligation, so she takes matters into her own hands. She hears Judah's going to Timnah. She takes off her widow's clothes, covers herself with a veil, sits by the road. Judah sees her, thinks she's a prostitute.
Come, let me sleep with you.
What will you give me?
A young goat from my flock.
Will you give me something as a pledge until you send it?
What, collateral?
Yes, your seal and cord, and your staff.
He gives them to her, sleeps with her, leaves. Later, he sends the goat. But she's gone. 3 months later, Judah hears,
Your daughter-in-law Tamar is pregnant by prostitution.
Judah's furious.
Bring her out. Let her be burned.
Tamar sends a message.
I'm pregnant by the man who owns these.
She shows the seal, the cord, the staff. Judah's face drains of color.
She's right. I'm wrong. I refuse to give her my son Shelah.
Tamar gives birth to twins. One of them, Perez, becomes an ancestor of King David and of Jesus. Because while Joseph's being faithful in Egypt, resisting temptation, honoring God, Judah's being unfaithful in Canaan, hypocritical, selfish. But this moment, this admission, changes Judah.
She is more righteous than I.
It's the beginning of his transformation. By Genesis 44, Judah will offer himself as a slave to save his brother Benjamin. The man who sold Joseph will sacrifice himself for another brother. Grace changes people, even people like Judah. Joseph arrives in Egypt, chains around his wrists, dust in his throat, sun beating down. He's sold again, this time to Potiphar, an Egyptian official, captain of Pharaoh's guard. Joseph is 17 years old, a slave in a foreign land, surrounded by people who don't speak his language, don't know his God, don't care about his dreams. Everything he had is gone, his family, his father's love, his future. He's nothing now, just another slave. But here's what Joseph doesn't know yet, what no one knows. The Lord was with Joseph, not because Joseph was perfect, not because he deserved it, just because God was with him. In the pit, on the slave caravan, in Potiphar's house, God hadn't abandoned him. The story wasn't over. It was just beginning. Joseph is a slave in Egypt. His brothers think he's gone, dead maybe, or lost forever. Jacob's still mourning. But God's not done. Tomorrow, from slave to prisoner to prince,